Welcome to the Daily Lesson, a podcast powered by AI and grounded in the teachings and original text of A Course in Miracles. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with Marcus, and this is Lesson 17. I see no neutral things.
Right. And today's text covers a lot of ground, so I propose we go straight to the reading.
Nice try.
Worth the attempt.
Yesterday was Lesson 16. I have no neutral thoughts. A minute with your eyes closed, searching your mind for every little thought that tried to slip past and telling yourself none of what you found was neutral. You sat down for it. I want the report.
I did sit down for it. Yesterday afternoon. Set my watch for 60 seconds, closed my eyes, started by repeating the idea slowly. I have no neutral thoughts. First thing to surface was the radiator hiss from my first apartment of all things. This thought about the radiator is not a neutral thought. That took 10 seconds. Then came 20 seconds of what I took to be total mental silence, and I was quietly congratulating myself on it.
20 whole seconds of a still mind.
I was proud. 20 seconds is a personal record. Then I remembered the clouds I'd seen out the window, became convinced I'd left my car window down, and spent the remaining 30 seconds calculating rain trajectories with my eyes shut. Never applied the sentence to it once. The alarm went off and I was still running the numbers.
So half the practice period went to weather modeling, in a closed room.
4 sessions total, of varying lengths. In fairness, the little thoughts eluded the search right on schedule. The lesson did warn it's quite difficult until you get used to it. As far as I can tell, I'm still in the first half of that sentence.
You caught yourself running the calculation, though. That's the search working. Yesterday you found there's no standby mode in there. Today, the Course turns us around to face what all that non-idle thinking is doing to what we see. Let me read Lesson 17 in full. Lesson 17. I see no neutral things. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is really the other way around. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. In applying today's idea, say to yourself, with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then look about you, resting your glance on each thing that catches your eye long enough to say, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. As usual, it is essential to make no distinction between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything which is really alive and really joyous. That is because you are unaware as yet of any thoughts which are really true and therefore really happy. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than the minute or so, which is otherwise recommended.
The thought comes first. That reverses my entire working model of eyesight. I'd have said the object sits out there, neutral, the eyes recorded, and the opinions arrive afterward.
The lesson knows how strange that sounds. It says right there that this is not the way the world thinks. What we see follows what we think, never the other way around.
So when I look at a wall, I'm not seeing neutral drywall. I'm seeing my thoughts about walls.
Everything you've ever stacked on them. We heard this coming 9 days ago. Lesson 8 said, we see only our thoughts projected outward. Today's lesson turns that lens around and points it at the whole room.
Which would explain why a room can feel heavy for no reason I can point to. I'm hauling my entire history into it every morning.
All of it, every time. And we're sure we're reacting to the room.
I'll say this for the lesson. The argument it makes is one I'd accept in a lab. If perception were the bedrock, it would hold still. Mine doesn't. The same wall reads differently on a Tuesday morning than it does after bad news.
In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. That's the lesson's whole case in one dry sentence. Something that swings that much can't be the cause of what's real. It has to be an effect of something.
It's instrument error. When the meter gives you a different reading every time you glance at it, you stop blaming the thing you're measuring and start checking the instrument.
And the instrument, says the course, is the mind, which is the one place we almost never look.
I'll admit paragraph 3 lands flatly wrong on me, though I've been trying. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything which is really alive and really joyous. I passed a park in full sun on the way over. It seemed alive and joyous on its own merits.
That line sat wrong with me for a long time too. Read the sentence that follows it, slowly. We are unaware as yet of any thoughts which are really true and therefore really happy.
As yet. So it's not a verdict on the park. It's a timestamp.
That's the whole difference. Nothing is being taken from you. The lesson is saying there's more there than either of us is seeing yet, and that what we call joy so far has been resting on our own shifting thoughts about things.
A park on credit.
On credit, yes.
Walk me through the mechanics then. Eyes open today?
Eyes open, which is new after yesterday. You start by saying to yourself, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then you look around and you let your glance rest on whatever catches it, long enough to say, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral.
That opening sentence has yesterday's lesson riding inside it.
The two are one motion. Yesterday said the thoughts aren't neutral. Today says, so nothing you look at is either. The sentence just has you say the whole chain out loud before the looking starts.
With the actual item in the blank. I do not see a neutral lamp because my thoughts about lamps are not neutral.
Just like that, and no distinctions. Animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. The park gets the same sentence as the laundry. Nothing gets a pass today.
No favorites. How many rounds?
3 or 4 practice periods. And the lesson is unusually firm here. No less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. If you do, you can shorten the period to less than the minute or so it otherwise recommends.
So the floor is 3 and the length can flex. That's a spec I can meet. It's the sentence itself that'll take some getting used to. I see no neutral things. 16 days in, and the workbook still won't let me keep a single opinion out of it.
Not one. That's rather the point. That's today then. 3 periods, eyes open, 1 sentence at a time. I see no neutral things. Tomorrow is lesson 18, and I'm due home. My son has called a family vote on dinner, and he expects to win.
My money's on him. Tomorrow, I'll bring the report unprompted. No extraction required.
Sure you will.